Hello everyone, this is Vandana Yadav working as a legal intern with Lexis and Company, and today the topic is equality, rather the right to equality, which is mentioned in the Constitution of India. Right to equality is Article 14 to 18. Article 14 says the state shall not deny to any person equality before law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Article 15 says the state shall not discriminate against any citizen on grounds only of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, or any of them. Article 16 says there shall be equality of opportunity for all the citizens in matters relating to employment or appointment to any office under the state. Article 17 talks about the abolition of untouchability, and Article 18 talks about the abolition of titles except military and academic. So from Article 14 to 18, we can see that equality has many dimensions and many aspects. In this video, we'll be talking about Article 14, which is right to equality. The state shall not deny the right to equality before the law or the equal protection of laws within the territory of India on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Let's talk about equality. How did the word equality originate? So it was the French Revolution, after which the words liberty, equality, and fraternity came into the picture, and they were added to the preamble of our Constitution of India. The principle of equality is a part of a basic structure. It's a very fundamental and a basic right to human life. There are two concepts. One is positive and one is negative. The positive concept is that there is equal protection of laws within the territory of India, while the negative concept is equality before law. The positive concept says that the equals should be treated equally, while the negative concept says that each and everyone is equal before law, irrespective of the caste, creed, color, sex, class, or place of birth. There's a famous case of State of West Bengal versus Anwar Ali Sarkar, and in this case it was held that equal protection is the guarantee of equal treatment. Article 14 also talks about reasonable classification and class legislation. Let me give you an example. There are two statements. The first one says people with only brown hair can contract with others. And the second one says anyone under 18 years of age cannot enter into a contract. That is, only 18 years and plus can enter into a contract. Now, what is the difference between the two statements? The first is very arbitrary. It's an arbitrary classification. It's not reasonable, while the second is very reasonable. Reasonable classification is also divided into two parts. There must be an intelligible differentia, and the other is differentia must be a rational one. There is a landmark judgment, Jagdish Pandey versus Chancellor, Bihar University. It was held in this case that classification should not be arbitrary. In fact, there are many cases in which the Supreme Court or the Apex Court has said that the classification cannot be arbitrary. There's another case of Menka Gandhi. In this case, the reasonableness was held to be an essential element of equality and non-arbitrariness. There's a case of Ramkrishna Dalmia versus S.R. Tendolkar, where classification is permitted but only when it is reasonable. Another very important case is E.P. Royappa case, in which the Supreme Court said that the classification must be non-arbitrary. Equality is a dynamic concept with many aspects and dimensions, and it cannot be confined. It cannot be zoned within the traditional and the doctrinaire limits. From the positivistic point of view, equality is antithetic to arbitrariness. Where an act is arbitrary, it is implicit that it is unequal, both according to political logic and constitutional law, and it is therefore violative of Article 14. So this was all about Article 14. I hope you liked it. Thank you.